Good morning, Hare Krishna. Can I share the screen?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, nice to see all of you. Even if someone's cameras are switched off, anyway, there is a feeling that we all are together. Hare Krishna. Okay. So I was asked to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. It is exactly what we are going to do now. We have very nice prayers compiled by Srila Sanatana Goswami. It is part of Krishna Lila Stava. And you can also order this book through Amazon, Krishna Lila Stava, translated by Gopi Paranadhana Prabhu. Gopi Paranadhana Prabhu is Srila Prabhupada's disciple, and he was very qualified Sanskrit scholar and very humble devotee. Unfortunately, he left his body maybe, almost 20 years back. Almost 20 years back. And it is Krishna Lila Stava by Sanatana Goswami, where Sanatana Goswami glorifies Srimad Bhagavatam. We're going to discuss the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam today. Sarva Shastrabdhi Piyusha, Sarva Vidayaka Satphala, Sarva Siddhanta Ratna Dya, Sarva Lokaika Drik Prada, Sarva Bhagavata Prana, Srimad Bhagavata Prabho, Kali Dhanta To Ditatya, Shri Krishna Parivartita. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned from the ocean of all the Vedic scriptures, O most prominent transcendental fruit of all the Vedas, O you who are enriched with the jewels of all spiritual philosophical conclusions, O you who grant spiritual vision to all the people of the world, O life breath of the Vaishnava devotees, O Lord, you are the sun who has arisen to dispel the darkness of Kali Yuga. You are actually Lord Krishna who has returned among us. Paramananda Padhaya Prema Varshya Ksharaya Te Sarvada Sarvasevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostute. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer my respectful obeisances to you. By reading you, one attains transcendental bliss. For your syllables rain pure love of God upon the reader. You are always to be served by everyone. You are an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Mam eka bandho matsangin, mad guro man mahadhana, man nistaraka mad bhagya, mad ananda namostute, O Srimad Bhagavatam, O my only friend, O my companion, O my teacher, O my great wealth, O my deliverer, O my good fortune, O my bliss, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Asadu sadu tadain ati ni chocha taraka hana munchaka dachin mam premna hrit kathayoh spura. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O giver of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the very fallen, please don't ever leave me. Please become manifest in my heart and in my throat, accompanied by pure love for Krishna. So it was the prayer, glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam from Krishna Lila Stava, written by Srila Sanatana Goswami, who is one of 6 Goswamis, and according to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction, he was writing books about Krishna and he was glorifying Bhagavatam here. Also, Bhagavatam is glorified in very famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, verse number 1343. It is quite interesting that Srimad Bhagavatam is glorified in Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Krishna svadhamu pagate dharma gyanadi bhir saha kalau nashtadrisha misha puranarko dhunoditaha. And the translation of this verse goes like this. This Bhagavata Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. So all of us, we need light. We need light of moonlight, sunlight. We need electricity, and in material world, all these kinds of energies are needed. But in spiritual world, Supreme Lord is self-effulgent, and because he is self-effulgent, there is no need of any light, moonlight, sunlight, or electricity. Even there is no need of electricity. And Srila Prabhupada, he was trying to convince his disciples. To some of them he was saying, just let's go back to spiritual abode. There is no need to pay for electricity there. And this argument is good in some countries where electricity is really expensive. So Krishna is self-effulgent. He means the light is everywhere. And it means that there is no need of illumination, because this light which goes from Supreme Personality of Godhead is reflecting from everywhere, and everything is enlightened. And in Gautamiya Tantra, there is famous verse which probably all of you know. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And the meaning of this verse is almost the same. I was sitting in the darkness of ignorance, but spiritual master came here with a torch of knowledge, and he dissipated this darkness of ignorance with the light of knowledge. And all glory to the spiritual master. So the same way Krishna, or Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not different from Krishna, or spiritual master who is representative of Lord Krishna, all of them, they are giving light of knowledge in to us in our life. And dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali Yuga make people to lost their vision. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, Lord Shri Krishna has his eternal dham, or abode, where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia. And his eternal abode is a manifestation of his internal energy, whereas the material world is manifestation of his external energy. When he descends to the material world, he displays himself with all paraphernalia in his internal potency, which is called Atma Maya. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that he descends by his own potency, Atma Maya. To descend with his own potency, Atma Maya, it means that he doesn't depend on the atmosphere of material nature. He just comes here in his spiritual form, in his spiritual body, which is non-different from Krishna. And our situation is the opposite, because we have these material bodies, and these material bodies are different from us, as we are souls. And Krishna comes here in his spiritual form, and he doesn't depend on any aspect of material energy. And here in this purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that his form, his name, fame, paraphernalia, abode, etc. are not creation of matter. This point is very important to understand. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra doesn't belong to material world. And this form of Krishna, also form of Shama Sundara, which all of us we know, also doesn't belong to material world. And this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not different from Krishna, also doesn't belong to material world. It is his mercy that he makes us familiar with Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada gives Srimad Bhagavatam because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him to come here on this planet and to write these books. And we are reading these books, and because of that, this darkness of Kali Yuga is not there anymore for us. He descends to reclaim, Krishna means Krishna, he descends to reclaim the fallen souls and to reestablish codes of religion which are directly enacted by him. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. Either he or a suitable person empowered by him can dictate the codes of religion. Real religion means to know God, our relation with him, and our duties in relation with him, and to know ultimately our destination after leaving this material body. The conditioned souls who are entrapped by the material energy hardly know all these principles of life. Most of them are like animals engaged in eating, sleeping, fearing. Fearing means defending, and fearing because it is not that always we are successful in our attempts to defend ourselves. That's why it is written here, fearing. Eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. They are mostly engaged in sense enjoyment under the pretension of religiosity, knowledge, or salvation. They are still more blind in the present age of quarrel or Kali Yuga. In the Kali Yuga, the population is just a royal edition of the animals. People are like animals, but it is special animals, royal edition of animals, exclusive edition, VIP edition. They have nothing to do with spiritual knowledge or godly religious life. Just let me scroll this page. They are so blind that they cannot see anything beyond the jurisdiction of the subtle mind, intelligence, or ego, but they are very much proud of their advancement in knowledge, science, and material prosperity. They can risk their lives to become a dog or hawk just after leaving the present body, for they have completely lost sight of the ultimate aim of life. It is the symptom of Kali Yuga. People are living this life and they do not know the purpose of life, and they have no idea what is the purpose of life. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna appeared before us just a little prior to the beginning of Kali Yuga, and he returned to his eternal home practically at the commencement of Kali Yuga. While he was present, he exhibited everything by his different activities. He spoke the Bhagavad Gita specifically and eradicated all pretentious principles of religiosity. And prior to his departure from his material world, he empowered Sri Vyasadeva through Narada to compile the messages of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and thus both the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam are like torch bearers for the blind people of this age. In other words, if men in the age of Kali want to see the real light of life, they must take to these two books only, and their aim of life will be fulfilled. Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary study of the Bhagavatam, and Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum of life, Lord Shri Krishna personified. We must therefore accept Srimad Bhagavatam as the direct representation of Lord Krishna. One who can see Srimad Bhagavatam can see also Lord Krishna in person. They are identical. Probably you have seen such videos on YouTube, like the most important 10 books in my life, the most important 5 books in my life, or even such videos like, let's imagine that there is no books in the world anymore. So which books I would recommend you to take or to read? Or for example, you are on the island where there is no living soul around you, only you and nature, and which books you will take with you. And Srila Prabhupada writes here, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam are sufficient. Actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, he told once that even if all books will be burned, if there is no books in this on this planet, Chaitanya Charitamrita is sufficient. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. But even if there is no Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita are sufficient. And if there is no Bhagavatam and there is no Bhagavad Gita, then Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is sufficient. Means Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita includes everything. And we can see that some verses from Srimad Bhagavatam are quoted, directly quoted in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in this book, which is the biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So anyway, Srila Prabhupada is so merciful. We're busy people in this age of Kali, and he arranged everything in such a way that we have these books. And there are so many books in Vedic culture, so many Vedic literatures. But Srila Prabhupada, he have chosen the most important books that will help us to achieve the highest point on the yoga ladder. Likely you have heard about yoga ladder. And there are different processes like karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, and bhakti yoga is considered to be the highest one. And Srila Prabhupada gave the most important books, and he gave this ISKCON institution where we have saintly people who will guide us to follow this path, because it is not sufficient just to read the books. We need to know some people who will guide us on this spiritual path. And Srimad Bhagavatam gives us the light of knowledge, and the nature of Srimad Bhagavatam is described in another verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the purity of Srimad Bhagavatam is mentioned. It is the famous verse number 112, Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo, nirmatsaranam satam, vedyam vastavam atra vastushi vadam tapatrayon mulanam, Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim Va Parair Ishvarach, Sadhyo Hridya Vardhyute Tra Kritibhih, Shrutibhis Tat Kshanat. This verse has such translation. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavata Purana profounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is really distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Culture of knowledge, it is also important point, because there are particular requirements that we should follow if we wish to get maximum result from our attempts to study Srimad Bhagavatam. Just let me find one verse from Bhagavatam. Just one moment. I decided to show you one more verse from Srimad Bhagavatam where there is explanation what does it mean the culture of knowledge. The culture of knowledge. Just one moment. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Just a moment. It is verse number... It is from the second chapter. I'm just trying to find this verse. Just one moment. And meanwhile, we will be speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam as a pure Purana. Pure Purana means this Purana is only about devotional service. Only about devotional service. Because there are different scriptures where it is recommended or it is prescribed to ask Supreme Personality of Godhead for different material benedictions. And we are asking Supreme Lord for other things. Just, okay, I have found this verse. It is verse 284. 284. What does it mean, the culture of knowledge? This culture of knowledge is applicable when we are trying to study Bhagavatam, when we are trying to study Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. The principles are all the same. Shrinvatah Shradaya Nityam, Grinata Shasva Cheshtitam, Kalena Natidirgina, Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. It is the verse from Bhagavatam 284. And the translation of this verse goes like this. Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter seriously will have the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. Kalena Natidirkina Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. Kalena, Kala, time. There is no need of a long period of time. Natidirkina. Nati Dirgina. There is no need of long period of kalena, of time. Kalena Nati Dirkina. In order that Supreme Lord, Bhagavan Vishate Hridi, that Supreme Lord will be situated or manifested or established, or he will be accommodated in one's heart. In one's Hridi, Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. There is no need of long time, short time is sufficient, but there are particular requirements. Shrinvatah Shradaya Nityam. Shrinvatah means we are listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, Shradaya, with faith. There should be faith. We should consider Srimad Bhagavatam, and we should consider the person who wrote the purports, means our founder Acharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. We should consider both of them to be reliable persons, and this knowledge which is given here to be bona fide knowledge and to be reliable knowledge which will help us in our life to go through different impediments, challenges, and situations. Bad situations, good situations. Good situation also can be challenge for one's spiritual life, because some people, they can forget about Krishna when they experience difficulties, and some people, they are forgetting about Krishna when everything is okay in their lives. But devotee, he is always in this remembrance, in this smaranam of Krishna. If there is a problem, he considers this problem to be created because of his own efforts. Just because of my foolishness, I have this problem now. Because of my mistakes, because of my foolishness from this life or from past lives. And if something goes nicely, then all glory to Krishna. Thank you, Krishna, that you gave me these opportunities to study Srimad Bhagavatam, to be with devotees, to progress spiritually, and so on and so on. And if there are some difficulties or troubles, then thank you, Krishna, because you gave me just small portion of the problems that I could have according to my karma, but I have just small portion. You gave me this small portion in order that I would take the lesson from this experience and would never repeat the same mistakes. It is the approach which is typical for sincere devotee. Shrinvatak Shradaya Nityam. Shradaya means with faith, faith to spiritual master, to Srila Prabhupada, to these books, Vaishnava books. Nityam means on regular basis, means not just time to time, but every day on regular basis, and it will help us to be fixed in this knowledge and to see the world which is around us through the eyes of knowledge, through the eyes of knowledge. Otherwise, if there is no eyes of knowledge, then means we are sitting in darkness and we actually are unable to see anything. Shrinvatak Shradaya Nityam, and then Grinata Sva Cheshtitam, Cheshtitam, Cheshta, or endeavors. One should put endeavors, Grinata Sva Cheshtitam, endeavors, in order to understand how this knowledge is applicable to me. That's why this process of accepting spiritual knowledge has 3 stages. According to one of the purports written by Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur. 3 stages. The first stage is Shravanam, the second stage is Mananam, and the third stage is Nididhyasanam. The first stage, Shravanam, it is about listening process, and Mananam means that I am using my mind, my manas, to think how I'm going to implement it in my life. And Nididhyasana means that it is already implemented and some transformation already happened in my heart, in my life. So basically I became another person. I was another person in my past. Now I became another person. If to compare myself, my present self with myself from the past, I became another person, and it means Nididhyasanam. And there is no Nididhyasanam, there is no transformation if there is no Shravanam and Mananam, if there is no listening and if there is no contemplation. Contemplation or analysis or these attempts to understand how to implement this knowledge in our life. And in order to accomplish this contemplation process, we have to memorize at least something which we have heard from the class, because quite often we face with the situation that we're asking some devotee, how was the class? And he or she is answering, the class was so nice, so ecstatic, so nectarian. And we're asking, and what was that class about? And he or she is answering, I don't remember. I just can say that this class was nectarian. And that's all. It means that memory doesn't work. And it is quite typical in Kali Yuga, because in Kali Yuga usually living entities, human beings, they have weakness of their memory. They have no memory power. That's why what should we do? We should take notes. We should take notes. We should buy a notebook and we should take notes. And then we can open this notebook and we can check what was written there, what I have read, what I have listened to today or yesterday or 1 or 2 or 3 weeks before. And then we accumulate all this all together and we contemplate on this. We're trying to analyze how to implement it in our life. Like, for example, this year in spring in Mayapur Institute, there was a course which is called Spiritual Leadership. And this course is composed in such a way that after each and every lesson, there is an exercise. During the lesson, we're discussing particular subject matter. And when the lesson is almost over, then 10 minutes more are given to each and every of us. And the facilitator is saying that now you just try to summarize what you have heard. You just scroll the pages, just look what is written there, just look on your notes during this lesson, summarize all these things, and then you write down the most important principles that you can draw from this subject matter for yourself. You can formulate these the most important principles. And then on the basis of these 3 most important principles, you please list 3 most important decisions that you are going to follow in your life. 3 important, not exactly decisions, tasks. Means I will do such and such things during such and such period of time, in such and such circumstances. It is my goal. So 3 particular goals, time bound and result oriented, everything like it is recommended in famous smart technology of setting goals. Likely you have heard of this technology, of this technique, how to set goals according to this SMART acronym. And if you don't know, you can check, you can Google this in internet. So basically, if we are listening to some classes or if we are reading books, we can also take notes. We can write down some points that are most inspiring for us, or we can take some particular decisions that I'm going to accomplish such and such goals on the basis of knowledge that I have got from the book. And we can also consult with our seniors that they could help us to understand, did we understand correctly the essence of such and such part of from Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, or did we put proper goals before us, or maybe these goals are too much elevated for us on our stage of spiritual advancement. We can consult with them also. Shrinvatak Shradaynityam, then Grinata Shasva Cheshtitam, Cheshta or endeavors should be put there in the process of understanding. We should contemplate. And previously in Vedic times, as far as we know from Srila Prabhupada's books, we had such category of people that we are calling them Shrutidhara. Shrutidhara means someone who is able to memorize something or anything just after listening this once in his life. Once he have listened, then everything is memorized perfectly and he never will forget it. But it was possible in previous times, but now we're unable to do it, and we have to use notebooks. We have to use different devices, gadgets, mobiles, smartphones, to write down something, to take note that something should be done, to switch on the reminders. It is because of Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga facilitates us, Kali Yuga gives us these gadgets to help us a little bit. But these gadgets can be dangerous also. Like, for example, my spiritual master was saying that these gadgets or smartphones or computers, laptops, they are used by different categories of people in different ways. Those who are smart people, they are downloading something spiritual on their gadgets. Those who are not so intelligent, they are just watching pornography or downloading some nonsense from internet. Internet is given different kinds of information. Some of this information can help us in our spiritual advancement, and some of this information can destroy our spiritual life, and even both spiritual and material life can help us to degrade, can help us to follow this path of degradation very smoothly and very rapidly. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 284 is very important because the process how to imbibe the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam and how to implement this knowledge, this process was explained here. And now we're going back to the verse 112, where the nature of Srimad Bhagavatam is described. So, Dharma projata kaitavotra paramo. Dharma kaitava dharma, or false religion, is kicked out from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada explains, there is no false religion, there is no kaitava dharma. Kaitava dharma means Supreme Lord exists only because I myself, I have different desires. I will approach Supreme Lord, and the only purpose of his existence is to fulfill my desires. It is Kaitava Dharma. And Sanatana Dharma, or real Dharma, is to be a servant of Supreme Lord and to fulfill his desires, being part and parcel of Krishna, and fulfill desires of spiritual master. And spiritual master desires are not selfish desires because he is representative of Krishna. And people usually, they are judge others according to their own qualities. So from materialistic point of view, these relationships with spiritual master are such that spiritual master is exploiting his disciples. But well, of course, as we also have heard from this spiritual leadership course in Mayapur Institute, there is such phenomena as spiritual abuse. In any religious organization, there are some cases, there were some cases, there are some cases, and unfortunately, there will be some cases of spiritual abuse where when a spiritual leader is overusing his power, being conditioned and exploiting disciples or making some harm for them. It happens time to time in different religious organizations, just because it is not that each and every spiritual master is Mahabhagavata and Paramahamsa. There are different spiritual masters on different levels of spiritual advancement. The level can be such that spiritual master can be empowered to deliver a spiritual message, but at the same time, we cannot say about him that he is completely transcendental. But anyway, if we seriously take the discipleship position, anyway, we will be taking the lessons from the instructions of the spiritual master. Anyway, this situation with spiritual abuse can happen sometimes because it is really dangerous to be in the position when you are surrounded by people and each and every of them is thinking that you are representative of Krishna. It can influence on you if you are not humble enough, tolerant enough, or fixed in Krishna consciousness enough, fixed in your humility before your own spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. So if it happens on a regular basis, that person is always glorified or accepted as a representative of Krishna, and if such person takes pleasure from this, and if he is not protected by association of equals, and if his sadhana is not so power enough, and many other circumstances. In some cases it happens. In some cases it happens that some kind of spiritual fall down or spiritual abuse happens, but it doesn't mean that the whole guru discipleship system doesn't work. Like some people, opposite elements to ISKCON, they are trying to declare, they are trying to blame ISKCON, they are trying to say that the whole system doesn't work. System works. Sometimes, like any system, and of course, because we are in material world, sometimes there can be some cases, but in general it works. And Here in this verse, it is written that Srimad Bhagavata Purana gives us the highest truth, gives us Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means I'm a part and parcel of Krishna, and my position is to serve Krishna. And I take guidance from the representative of Krishna that he would help me to study, to learn how to serve Krishna. And there are other religions where the followers of these religious traditions, they are just always asking and asking from Supreme Lord, give me this, give me that, as if Supreme Lord exists only for fulfillment of their desires. Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, they give us knowledge that Supreme Lord already gave us a lot. He is giving us sunlight, moonlight, this planet, this material body to progress spiritually, many other things. A lot of us, a lot of different things are already given to us. And why shouldn't we express gratitude to Supreme Lord that He gave us these things? We can express this gratitude that is also part of spiritual culture and spiritual life. He is our Supreme Father. Aham Bija Pradah Pita. Krishna gives this life power to everyone, and that's why Mayavadis and impersonalists, they are avoiding to write their purports to Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna only, is about devotional service only. If you can write some kind of Mayavada purport to Bhagavad Gita, technically it is possible. It is possible if to write and to distort the message, because these verses from Bhagavad Gita, in some cases it can be distorted. The meaning of the verses can be distorted. It is written in such way that it can be distorted in such way that all of us were supreme personalities of Godhead, and you are God and I am also God, and in such way some verses can be explained, falsely explained, but anyway they can be explained in such way, verses from Bhagavad Gita, but verses from Srimad Bhagavatam cannot be explained in such way, because message is given so clearly, in such clear manner. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is called Amala Purana, or spotless Purana, or the most pure Purana, where only Shuddha Bhakti, only pure devotional service is described. And the position of Srimad Bhagavatam, such position is explained in this verse, which you can see on the screen, 112. The highest truth is really distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. It is also important point when we are in contact with spiritual message, when we are reading books or listening to the spiritual masters, we feel ourselves blissful, and these sufferings of material life are decreasing. It happens naturally just because of our contact with spiritual energy. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita are manifestations of internal energy, of spiritual energy, divine energy in this world. Archi Vigraha, or deities on the altar in our ISKCON temples, in Vaishnava temple, are manifestation of internal energy. Hare Krishna Mahamantra also such manifestation. And the spiritual master is also Sakshat Daritvina Samasta Shastra. He is representative of Krishna. So the most we are in contact with this spiritual dimension, the less these miseries and sufferings of material world are experienced in our life. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. Very important verse. And one more verse we're going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, where the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam is described. It is, of course, verse 1, 5, just one moment, 1, 5, 10, where it is written, it is the verse, just one moment, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, just one moment. It is another verse, sorry, dear devotees, sorry, another verse, verse 158, 158, Hare Krishna, this verse, little bit more about Srimad Bhagavatam glories. Sri Narada said, it is the reason why Vyasadeva wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Narada said, you haven't actually broadcast the sublime and spotless glories of the personality of Godhead. That philosophy which doesn't satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is considered worthless. So this story is also quite well known. Vyasadeva wrote Vedas. He divided Vedas in 4 parts, and he gave this Vedic knowledge to humanity, but he was not satisfied. And Sri Narada Muni, who is spiritual master of Vyasadeva, he came and he explained why there is no satisfaction in Vyasadeva's heart. He explained that these 4 parts of Vedic literature, it is good, but it doesn't help one to develop devotional service, pure devotional service in one's heart. And this Vedic literature, which is mainly Karma Kanda literature, gives humanity just the means how they can fulfill their material desires in this material world just by approaching Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is the most it is the topic. It is the mainly it is the only topic which is covered in Karma Kanda literature, and Vedic literature mostly it is Karma Kanda literature. So Srimad Bhagavatam is very special, and Sri Narada Muni told Vyasadeva, you just write this Amala Purana, this spotless Purana, which will inspire people to follow this Shuddha Bhakti mark, this path of pure devotional service. And then you will feel this satisfaction in your heart. Why? Because Supreme Lord will be satisfied. Supreme Lord is satisfied when living entities, parts and parcels of Krishna, when they are trying to come back to Him, when they are trying to serve Him, then He is satisfied. And then He is not so much satisfied when people are just asking Him to fulfill different material desires. So if you want to make Supreme Lord satisfied, you just do what He likes. You just write the Samala Purana. Then He will be satisfied. He is situated in your heart. Means you also will feel the satisfaction in your heart. And it is the phenomenon of pure devotional service. If we are doing something which is pleasant for Supreme Lord, which is pleasant for society of pure devotees, for Srila Prabhupada, for spiritual masters, for our parampara, if we are doing something which is pleasant for them, then naturally we feel this pleasure, this satisfaction in our hearts. And after writing Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva also became satisfied. And we also can become satisfied just because of following instructions of our spiritual masters, instructions of Srila Prabhupada, just because of reading these books. It is very nice path. So let's read this Bhagavatam on regular basis, trying to understand what it is about, and trying to listen with faith in Srimad Bhagavatam itself and in those who are narrating Srimad Bhagavatam to us, in Srila Prabhupada, in our spiritual masters, and then Kalena Natidirkina Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. It will not take long time for Supreme Lord to become situated in our hearts. And if he will be situated in our hearts, he is always situated, manifested, really manifested. If he will be really manifested and if he will be really satisfied with our activities, then our life will become really enlightened with this knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam, and with very presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead in our life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And if you have some questions, please ask these questions or express your thoughts, your opinions. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण, थैंक यू प्रभु जी। तो आप में से किनके भी कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप चैट में भी लिख सकते हैं और आप प्रभु से पर्सनली हैंड रेज करके पूछ सकते हैं। जी मोक्षता माता जी, हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam. Thank you so much for your valuable class. Prabhuji, I have a question
Okay.
regarding that. Like in my case, I don't have a taste of chanting. I really don't have a taste in chanting. But I have taste in reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita scriptures. I really like to listen and I really like to read. But I don't chant very nicely.
Okay.
So, is it possible that by reading and hearing, we get the taste of chanting?
Yes, possible, possible. It is exactly was the purpose, Srila Prabhupada's purpose to write and to distribute these books. There was period of time in Prabhupada's presence on this planet when devotees were just distributing books without reading these books. And Srila Prabhupada thought, actually, I'm writing these books for the devotees also. These books are not only for distribution, but also for reading. And the reason to write and to read these books is to become more inspired in devotional service. Not only in chanting of holy names, there are other processes, of course, and it can increase our inspiration not only to read books, not only to chant holy names, but for example to worship deities if someone worshiping deities, or to have to conduct bhakti vrikshas, namahatas, to attend morning programs, to visit ISKCON temples. Many other processes are there, to go to Holy Dham, Mayapur, Vrindavan, and so on. All this inspiration is there. And Srila Prabhupada, he was saying actually, Krishna was dictating me these books. I was just writing after him. So this inspiration and this ecstasy of this nectar of parampara of Krishna, of Srila Prabhupada is there. And when we take to this nectar, then we can become inspired for many things in devotional service, including holy names, of course, also. Yeah. Hare Krishna, do we have some?
I have one more question, Prabhuji,
Okay,
if you would like
okay,
to allow
okay,
me.
okay.
Prabhuji, I have that how we can increase our taste in chanting. How fastly we can increase taste of the chanting.
Well,
What is the method?
how fast I don't know. It depends on particular person. But how we can increase? Well, one classical answer is that you just associate with those who already have taste for chanting. If you know these people, and if you are discussing glories of holy name, or if you are chanting holy names together with these people, and you have trust, you have faith in these people, then it will help a lot. Also, ISKCON, sometimes ISKCON is arranging Nama retreats for the devotees when they are gathering all together and they are chanting holy names, and the facilitator is giving attunements for chanting time to time. He is saying, now we're going to chant holy names in such mood, with such approach, and so on and so on. And Mahatma Prabhu he is Srila Prabhupada's disciple. He arranges such japa retreats, or Shachinandana Swami, he arranges such japa retreats. Sometimes these japa retreats can be at your location, sometimes. If it is not in your location, at least you can watch it online. There can be online japa retreat also. Of course, maybe it is not so much effective because it works more effective when you feel presence of people around you, when it goes on site. But anyway, something is better than nothing. It can help. Online japa retreat can help. And also you can ask your seniors from your place, maybe they will be arranging some congregational chanting time to time and giving different instructions between the rounds, instructions, attunements to chant holy names. It is important to know some people who are serious about holy name, and we can become friends with them. Or if they are too much serious, if they are too much senior, then we can be in the position of a junior devotee before these people. But anyway, if someone is senior to us, there is a position of so-called senior friend, senior friend. This position is also available, and in some cases, some of senior people, they can be senior devotees, they can be in such position, or they can be just seniors for us, and they can guide us. Humility, tolerance, and this amanitvam adambhitvam means how to say, means readiness to follow. These qualities are needed. If we know someone whom we are going to follow, then it is nice. Those who will guide us in the process of chanting of the holy name. Like there is Diksha Guru who is giving initiation, and it can be different kinds of gurus who are giving us instructions or guidance in particular processes of devotional service. Like, for example, there can be so-called Dhamma Guru, someone who is revealing us what Vrindavan is or what Mayapur is. It can be the same person as Diksha Guru, or it can be another guru. There can be Dhamma Guru, there can be Nama Guru who gives us understanding in holy name. And this Nama Guru, it can be Diksha Guru, someone who already gave us initiation, or someone from Shiksha Gurus, someone from those who are giving instructions to us. Anyway, this discipleship position that we are going to take someone's instructions and we are going to take it seriously and follow, this position is important. And then gradually this taste will be growing. But anyway, this feeling that I'm lacking taste, this feeling will be there also, because we get more taste, then we become accustomed to this taste, then this condition we consider to be normal. Then after some time, this feeling, I have no taste, this feeling is again here. Means we have to progress more to get more taste, to get more realization or enlightenment. Then we again become accustomed to this state of consciousness. Then again we feel there is no taste. Even on the higher levels of bhav and prem, the manifestations of love for Godhead are there, but person still can feel there is no taste and there is no qualification. Such paradox of spiritual life. Don't worry, just follow the process and take the instructions that will help you to get more experience and more taste in the process of chanting of the holy name.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji. Do we have some more questions or thoughts, dear devotees?
तो आप मुझे और भी कुछ शेयर करना चाहते हैं तो आप कर सकते हैं. प्रभु जी, I have one question.
Okay.
So,
Gaurank, what's...
Prabhu जी, जी प्रभु जी.
Ji.
Prabhu जी, I know few people who love to do Harinam Sankirtan, but they when it comes to like chanting personally, chanting individually, they feels it boring. So
What they are
till
doing
the Harinam,
again? What they are doing if when it comes?
Uh, uh, they love to do Harinam Sankirtan,
Uh-huh.
but when it comes to personally chant, like chanting Hare Krishna mantra on beats,
Uh-huh.
so they find it somewhat boring. And so I just want to know that
They are
will
finding it to be what?
finding it boring while chanting
Boring,
on
boring.
beats.
Uh-huh. Okay, boring. Uh-huh.
Yes. So I want to know that will the Harinam Sankirtan will eventually give some effect afterwards, so that they would get some taste in the chanting on beats in future.
Maybe yes, maybe no. We will see. It is the question what kind of attachment they have. Because, well, one of the, well, maybe it is because their attachment is mostly attachment to the process of chanting, attachment to the music, attachment to the dance. Maybe it is it is how it can be. Because holy name in form when we are just chanting without music and holy name with music, it should be attractive for us anyway. If it is attractive for us in both cases, it means we are attached to, attracted to holy name itself, to Krishna himself. If we accept it with music and dance only, then maybe it is attachment mainly to music and dance. Maybe, we don't know. So the answer is that I don't know how it will go. But anyway, if they will take someone's guidance regarding process of chanting of the holy names, and it doesn't important, it is not so much important in form of harinams or in form of individual chanting, if they will be taking someone's guidance, where they will get understanding of the nature of the holy name and our nature and approaches how to chant individually and with music, then it can help them. And it is good culture when we are not just chanting holy names, but when we study what holy name is, when we're associating with those who are attached to holy name. Like Shichinandana Swami Maharaj, he conducts kirtans, and at the same time he has a lot of realizations about holy name. Or we have in Russia, we have one famous kirtaniya who became Shachinandana Swami's disciple, and his name is Adirasa Das. You can check on Google and you can listen to his kirtanas. He is very nice kirtaniya from Russia, Adirasa Das. And he is also not just chanting holy names, not just singing. He takes seriously these instructions about holy name. That's why it was one of the reasons, as far as I understand, one of the reasons why he accepted Shachinandana Maharaj as his spiritual master. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can I ask one more question?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, you have described about how to take notes. Like after taking notes, you said that Van Maharaji used to said that you should write three principles and then three tasks which you can follow. So, when we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam personally, because sometimes some philosophical sections are not that much clear to us. So how we can jot down points from those sections, how we can understand those sections, because it is easy when we hear from speakers, but when we do
Uh-huh.
it personally, it is very difficult.
So you are asking about difficulty to concentrate, or you are asking about difficulty to understand the structure of a book?
Uh, Difficulty in understanding the philosophical sections of the.
Philosophical sections. Then you just buy these Bhagavata Subhadhini books, where the structure of all chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam and other books are written, are described by Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. Very nice books and very nicely published, very good paper, very good color. Bhagavata Subhadhini, Chaitanya Subhadhini. These books are there. The structure can be understood nicely, like this.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have some more questions and do we have time to take these questions? What is our
No,
situation?
Prabhuji, I got that we have some other questions.
One more question?
So, no, Prabhuji, no more questions.
Okay. Then
Okay, so,
we would stop here, right?
yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your attention, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening us with such a wonderful lecture. So हम प्रभु जी का धन्यवाद करेंगे by loudly chanting Hare Krishna महामंत्र. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much.